Good morning, boys and girls. We are on lesson 30, page 146. Please make sure that you are on the correct page. The first question says, rewrite the division expression as fraction and divide. The first one has been started for you. So the first one has been completed. So we're going to look at it as an example to make sure we understand what they're asking us to do. So we have 2 and 4 tenths or 24 tenths divided by 8 tenths. Notice that I'm emphasizing what place value the decimal is in because that is the value that you are going to multiply with. So they place it as 24 tenths divided by the division bar is the same as the division sign, divided by 8 tenths. So we have 24 tenths divided by 8 tenths. That's what we're going to multiply. We are going to be multiplying by 10. So that's where that 10 comes from. So we have 24 tenths times 10 and 8 tenths times 10, which what actually does is give you a whole number. So we have 24 divided by 8, which gives you 3 as your final answer. I'm going to do the same thing in the next problem. We have 24 tenths, but you know what? We're going to multiply this in the hundreds place because the denominator has an 800. So we're going to multiply both of them in the hundreds. So we have 24. I'm going to write hundreds right here so we know hundreds. So we're going to multiply times 100 times 100, and we get 240 divided by 8, which gives you 30. Okay, because I know that 24 divided by 8 is equal to 3. Bring down your 0 and you get 30. On this side, we have 48 tenths divided by 6 tenths. So I'm writing the division sign is a fraction bar. Division sign is a fraction sign. So I am going to be multiplying it in the tenths. So 48 tenths times 10, 6 tenths times 10, 48 divided by 6 is equal to 8. On this side, we have 48 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths. So that means that we're going to be multiplying in our hundredths place. So once you multiply it, you're going to get 48 divided by 6, and 48 divided by 6 is equal to 8. Over here, we have 84 tenths and 7 tenths. Notice that they're both in the tenths place, so we're multiplying times 10. 84 divided by 7 is equal to 12. Over here, I am dividing 84 hundredths divided by 7 hundredths. So we are going to be multiplying times 100. And what we get is 84 divided by 7, which is also equal to 12. Now I'm going to turn the page and we're going to do the same thing. We have 45 tenths divided by 15 tenths. 45 tenths divided by 15 tenths. So we are going to be multiplying in the by 10. 45 tenths times 10, 15 tenths times 10, which gives us 45 divided by 15, and my answer is 3. On this side, I have 45 hundredths divided by 15 hundredths. So I am going to be multiplying times 100, 45 hundredths times 100, 15 hundredths times 100, which gives me 45 divided by 15, which is equal to 3. Over here, I have 144 tenths divided by 12 tenths. So I am multiplying in the tenths place. So 144 tenths times 10 and 12 times 10, which gives you 144 divided by 12. And 144 divided by 12 is equal to 12. Over here, I have 144 hundredths divided by 12 hundredths. So this is going to be in my hundredths place. I have 144 hundredths times 100, and 12 hundredths times 100. 144 divided by 12 is equal to 12. For this question here, it says, Leanne says 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. So 18 tenths divided by 6 tenths is equal to 3 tenths. And 18 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths is equal to 3 hundredths. Is Leanne correct? Explain how you solve these division problems. So I'm going to test her method and see if that's true. 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. And when I have 18 tenths divided by 6 tenths, I'm going to multiply it times 10. 18 divided by 6 is still equal to 3. And when I have 18 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths, and I'm going to multiply that times 100, I am still going to get 3 as my answer. So she is incorrect. Because the answer we are getting is a whole number. Oh, you guys can't see it. She is incorrect because the answer is 3. I think what she did here was she looked at the place value and assumed that they would all be, the decimal would move when it doesn't need to. Okay, so please make sure that you are, oh, yeah, I'm on my page. I almost forgot. Okay, page 148. On page 148, we have Denise is making bean bags. She has 6.4 pounds of beans. If she makes each bean bag 0.8 pounds, how many bean bags will she be able to make? So we're dividing 64 tenths divided by 8 tenths. Again, we are multiplying in the tenths place. So we are multiplying times 10 over 10. 64 tenths times 10 is equal to 64. 8 tenths times 10 is equal to 8. So 64 divided by 8 gives you 8. So she will be making 8 bean bags. If she decides to make mini bean bags that are half as heavy, how many can she make? So in this case, we are going to have 64 tenths divided by 4 tenths. We're going to multiply times 10 over 10 because, again, we are multiplying in the tenths place. 64 divided by 4 is equal to 16. And you can also see that by using this division right here. Bring down your 4. 4 can go into 24 6 times. 24 minus 24 is 0. So we get 16 as our answer. Over here, we have a restaurant small salt shaker contains 0.6 ounces of salt. If its large shakers hold twice as much, the shakers are filled from a container that is 18.6 ounces of salt. If 8 large shakers are filled, how many small shakers can be filled with the remaining salt? So what we're going to do here is we have small, which is 6 ounces, and large is 12 ounces. So 12 tenths and 6 tenths. So we're going to multiply 1.2 times 8, which gives us 96 tenths. And we are going to take that 96 tenths and subtract it from 18 or 186 tenths. So 6 minus 6 is 0. 18 minus 9 is 9. We get 9. We're going to take that number, 9 tenths divided by 6 tenths, or 9 divided by 6. So 9 divided by 6, we set it up, and we're going to multiply in the tenths place because the 6 is in the tenths. So times 10 over 10. 9.0 times 10 gives you 90. 6 times 0.6 or 6 tenths times 10 gives you 6. 90 divided by 6 is equal to 15. You can see this over here. 90 divided by 6, subtract, you get 3, bring down your 0. 6 can go into 35 times, subtract, and you get 15. So your answer is equal to 15. And that is all for today. Please let me know if you have questions in class.